Hi, what's up guys, ArakkAttack here, bringing you episode 7 of the Twitter feed, the show where I try and get all the week's information and condense it into one small, watchable episode for you. Now this week we've got a huge announcement, some massive news. Basically, Epic have announced that there is going to be a new Gears of War game in the series, so whether it'll be called Gears of War 4 or whether it'll be a different name, who knows, but it is a new Gears of War game in the series. Now we don't have all the information yet. What we do have is the cover art, which you can see here. So you can speculate on that if you want. You can go back and pause it and see if you can figure out who that is, and post your theories down below. But basically, yeah, we will find out more about it when they when Epic have their panel at E3 on Monday. So I'll make sure I find out about that. The links to where you can watch that live are down below if you want to find out about it. Otherwise, I'll of course make a video about the information as it comes out. But it will be for the Xbox 360, and now obviously there are a lot of theories flying around about whether it's going to be a prequel or a sequel, although Cliffy B did previously say that they are done with the story of Delta Squad, so I definitely don't think it's going to be a story surrounding Delta Squad, but that's not to say that it can have some of the familiar characters in it. After all, Cole and Bird were in Alpha Squad before they merged with Delta. And you know, it could be about Adam Fenix when he goes to Azura. I don't know. It could potentially be about anything. But you know, your guess is as good as mine. So if you've got a theory, then post it down below and you know, see if you're right in the end when it comes out and we find out on Monday. You know, it could be there was the Gears of War Exile, which was being developed for the Microsoft Kinect, which was scrapped. Maybe they're bringing themes from that into it, but that was never really developed past the initial stages. So. Yeah, not sure really, but hopefully it's good in the storyline wise, and also hopefully the multiplayer is hopefully they take the things that were good about the Gears 3 and take on board some of the criticisms from the competitive community and the casual community and make it a good experience. If you look at Arctic's Twitter, he's got some suggestions for the improvements which I think are pretty good, and I agree with them mostly myself. You know, improved matchmaking, playlists featuring a heavy emphasis on the stranded playlist, because Epic statistics themselves said that 90% of people plus actually play solo anyway, so that's, you know, to counter the frustration of people running into stacked teams all the time. And I think it would keep a lot of the more casual people going if they didn't get run over by parties of 5 who are just, obviously you can't really do anything if you're solo and you're against a team doing crossfire and things like that. You know, it'd be good if they had weapon skins that were unlockable through the gameplay rather than having to purchase them all. Maybe some improved spawning systems in King of the Hill, you know, stopping power tone down a little bit, just the general things that everyone wants. But yeah, so hopefully they take that in the right direction, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we'll get a beta maybe, I don't know, but I'll keep you updated on that as the information comes out. Now the next thing is that the official stance is that Gears of War 3 is done with pretty much. In terms of all their focus is now going to be on the next Gears of War game, so there is no more DLC, and that's official. That's from Rod Ferguson. There is no more DLC, so no Season Pass 2, no Scourge, or you know, nothing like that, no campaign, no multiplayer. So I don't know if they might still do a few tweaks here and there to the balance, but probably not. But yeah, there is no more DLC, so nothing like that. But the things that Cliffy was talking about at PAX East, maybe they will incorporate that into the new Gears, so don't worry about that. Like what he was saying about one of the underdeveloped characters having their new storyline in upcoming DLC. Well, obviously there won't be any DLC for this game, but that could be well part of the storyline of the new Gears 4, so I wouldn't worry about that. And also, he reassured us that we're still having Gears weekends every weekend, and there are community events and playlists, so there's lots of fun still to come, and Gears of War will still be supported in terms of that way, and the servers aren't going off or anything like that. But yeah, there are basically no more official DLC or weapon skin packs or anything like that. The next thing we've got is that there now is the official art of Gears of War 3 available for pre-order, so if you're someone who's interested in design or anything like that, or you're just a massive Gears of War 3 fan, then they've released a book which is basically the latest book in Ballistic's Art of Game series. So if you're interested in getting into the industry of video game design or something, it might be really interesting, or whether you just like it anyway, just as a hobby. It's a massive 320 pages. It's the biggest one yet. And you can learn not just don't just get to look at the art, but you also learn techniques and secrets directly from those artists who created the game and some of the game developers. And that's $65, and it's available for pre-order, but it's not out yet. It'll start shipping in the last week of June. And if you're in one of the first 100 customers to purchase the book, then you'll actually receive a huge A3 print of Clayton Carmine to, you know, poster to put up on your wall or something like that. So maybe you want to be one of the first people to get that and order that now. Obviously, links in the description as always. There's also a choice between a special leather edition or the very exclusive folio edition, which obviously have different prices. The last thing we've got is the Guardian Survival Guide has now had its Part 2 released, so if you enjoyed Part 1, or if you haven't seen Part 1, then basically ArakkAttack has created a guide which helps people who are relatively new to Guardian. Maybe you didn't play Gears 2, or maybe you're just not the best at Guardian, you don't know where to be at the right time, or your leader keeps getting killed, or something like that. And this time he's released a guide, which is Part 2, which is on attacking the enemy leader, so it's about being in the right place, it's about how to get up to the enemy leader without being killed, and things like that. Power weapon usage, good tactics requiring teamwork, and things like that. So basically go and check that out. And check out Part 1 as well, which is more about defending the leader. And if you read both of those, then you might start having a lot more success in Guardian because they're very well written guides, and the link to that is down below in the description. But obviously the main news for this week is that Gears of War 4 has been announced, and we're going to find out all about it at E3 on Monday, and I'll be sure to watch that, and I'll make a video about it straight away as soon as I find out things, because obviously we want to know all about the new game that we're all going to be playing, and hopefully it's going to be absolutely fantastic, and yeah, a huge success. But thanks a lot for watching, guys, and make sure you tune in next week.